Heavy rain bands moving from South Florida all the way up the East Coast due to Tropical Storm Isaias. Still potential to be a Cat 1 storm as it moves up the East Coast. Welcome back, everybody. August 2nd, 2020, 5:31 p.m., and we are tracking this tropical storm I, we'll call it for this video. And you can see now that we have basically rain all the way from South Florida. We can get Homestead in there. We'll use Miami as a landmark, basically. That counterclockwise spin is now pulling the moisture from west side to east side over Miami and then getting back into that swirl of the centralized area of the storm and then pushing it all into where we can see now Daytona Beach. So a lot of the coastal areas here are getting about 2 to 4 feet of storm surge as of right now. It's actually expected to rise a little bit. The latest flight track through the storm to measure the strength of it, I will show you this now. And this is projected to actually extend all the way up through the southeastern states. This includes Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up to Chesapeake Bay. We could see that 1 to 3 foot storm surge, in some parts 2 to 4. The reason that 2 to 4 is there is because this storm is still off land. We have not had an official landfall with this storm, which means it's still over water. And the latest flight path through it has actually shown a rise in wind speed. So we are back to 70 mile per hour sustained winds, 994 millibars, and we're moving about 9 miles per hour north-northwest. So that pressure has released. The storm is now moving in a northern direction. We will soon be talking about areas like the Chesapeake Bay and the northeast, as this thing's projected to come right up over top of basically Chesapeake Bay and Long Island and then kind of skimming off this way, almost like our nor'easters do. But once again, back to 70 miles per hour. We're 4 miles per hour off this being a Category 1 storm again, so we are teeter-tottering right there. And again, the reason for this is because the storm is still off the coast of making a landfall, especially near Florida right now. Some of those tracks had this thing hitting Florida. Those rain bands certainly affecting it. The coastal issues are certainly going on, but this storm is over water and pretty warm water as well, so plenty of room for strengthening here as it comes up that curve in the southeast. And we will likely see that strengthening if it does happen between now and about 2 p.m. Monday. And even after Monday, at that time on 2 p.m., we have until about Tuesday morning for this thing to really strengthen or stay as is or even weaken. We don't know yet, but signs are pointing to this thing being a stronger storm by the time it does make a landfall, possibly in the South Carolina, North Carolina border region, maybe a little sooner. With that said, a WESH article about 5 p.m. today puts this about 65 miles southeast of Cape Canaveral in Florida. So even though we don't have a direct landfall in the state of Florida right now, this storm is far from over, and it's actually posing almost more of a threat to South Carolina, North Carolina, and possibly even Virginia than it did Florida. Another interesting thing happening basically overnight last night, Eastern time, we can see the storm down here making its way through the Bahamas. Now watch how it expands over this time period right here. Look at that. Boom, this thing explodes like a bomb, it seems like, and then continues to take that shape as it approaches the southeastern states. So that idea of it strengthening is not just something people are making up. It's actually becoming stronger. It's over open water, and it's going to stay that way at least until a possible landfall South Carolina, North Carolina, rather. And as of right now, that is the latest on Tropical Storm I, soon to be possibly Category 1, once again as it approaches the southeastern quadrant of the United States. Soon we're going to be talking about the Carolinas, Virginia, Chesapeake Bay, and then the Northeast. As this thing continues to be under 1,000 millibars in pressure, that means it's going to stay strong. Everybody in the path of the storm, please stay safe. My prayers are with you. Any questions or concerns, please leave below, and I will be talking to you guys very soon. Also, let's get a shout out to Canada. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.